Welcome to Real 45 with Stefan and Greg Hancock. We vibe out and have real talk, so tune in and check this out. Yeah, today is a new day. Let's seize it now and get hype. We talking about our careers, our family, and just life. Yeah, share my story with you. Inspiration like every day. Real 45, we gon' keep it live. I keep episodes on replay. Ayy, Real 45. Yeah, Real 45. Show them how we do it, man. Yeah.
Welcome. This is the Real 45 podcast, episode number 32.
Yes.
32.
Two, yes.
2 it is.
Sorry, I was into 33, but it was 32.
You just want to be 33. No, we're only episode 32. I'm Greg Hancock with
Stefan L.
We welcome all of you. Thanks for listening, as always. And we're going to recap a little bit. First of all, I'd like to go back to... That was a ding.
That was a church.
That was a ding. Yeah. Is it 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
The church bells are ringing. Bing. We're going to recap on last week's killer episode with the great Hans Andersen. And I had a lot of really cool comments, which I'm not surprised because he's just an all-around cool guy. You didn't get a chance to meet him yet, but...
No, but I listened to the episode and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good guy.
He's a really good guy, and you can have a lot of fun with him. He's a very serious dude, as you can hear, and what he's done, and his story is amazing. The things that people have to do to get where they are.
He works a lot.
Yeah, he worked hard. I even heard Magnus from the MX World collection that we interviewed a few weeks back. I heard Magnus come up to Hans last night at the races, out of the blue. He walks up to Hans before the race is starting and says, "So Hans, you were a tool maker? What kind of tools did you make?" And I just stood back with a smile and my arms crossed, was like, right on. This is cool. This is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. That's really cool.
So Magnus's old company that the family sold eventually, they were involved with a lot of different types of tool making, and they worked with big companies, Danish companies like Bang & Olufsen, amongst many. So they ended up in quite an interesting conversation, which I just kind of tucked my ears in there and had a quiet little listen, little sneak peek. It was really fun.
I can see it. Maybe we have to follow him up later on. Like we say with all of them, but it's so cool to hear all of these stories.
We got a lot of follow-ups to go, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be so many.
True.
And Hans even mentioned there, or I should say we mentioned together, we wanted to do a trash talk.
Yeah.
So, and you haven't got to meet Hans, so we should have a trash talk session. You just meet this guy, you just throw dirt out there and see what comes back. You're pretty good at throwing dirt.
I can throw dirt. That's what I do.
Maybe not a motorcycle style, but you just know how to throw dirt.
Yeah.
So we're dirt throwers. Some of us spray it, some of us throw it, some of us just get in it.
Yeah.
Some of us
dirty.
Yeah, some of us are it. We're just dirt. So anyway, Hans, thanks again for last week, and to all of you for your great comments. Please continue to follow us, like us, share us, and we hope you enjoy the Real 45 podcast. So we blah 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 blah.
Keep on comment.
As I was saying, we want comments, we want questions, and we want your inspiration. So
yeah, we try to answer them all, even if it takes a day or two sometimes, but we try to answer them.
Or a week, or a month, or I'm pretty good.
It had happened.
It has happened quite a lot recently.
Yes.
So
time is all you got.
Time is all you got. We can be better at it, and once we grow this thing, we will be better at it.
Yeah.
So thanks to you guys, we want to be better.
We want to be better. So.
And Stefan, you're a good guy.
Yeah, you too.
And you're a better guy.
I don't know what to say.
I was just trying to see if you could keep it going. Yeah. No, you're better. No, honestly, you were better.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're much better than me.
And I was like, is this good enough?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So we want to continue our inspiring stories. We like to interview really special guests. We have plans for future guests.
Yeah.
And
I have a really cool guest today.
We do have a really cool guest today, don't we?
Yeah. Do you know him?
I know him pretty well.
Mm-hmm. How does he look like?
He looks like kind of like a mini me.
Like a mini you.
Yeah, a mini me. Yeah, he's.
That's true.
There's a resemblance. No denying.
No, that's exactly. You can't deny that.
I can't really deny this one. So
No.
whether he gets that or he doesn't, he was established May 12th, 2005.
Uh-huh.
And Wilbur Hancock, the legendary Wilhan.
Oh, legendary. I like that. It's gonna be on my butt the next suit.
There's going to be a lot on your butt.
Yeah. First it was Will, then it's Wide Open Willy. Now it's the legendary.
The legendary.
Wide
Legendary.
Open Willy.
Wide Open Willy.
Yeah, we came up with that one.
Cute.
Yeah. Wide Open Willy.
Wide
So-
Open Willy.
How did you get Wide Open Willy?
I remember the great Doug Nickel, I should say.
The great.
He gave me Wide Open Willy in maybe 2 years ago or something like that. We were at Industry Raceway, and it was a practice night, and I hit a rut going into the turn, and I flew straight to the fence. I never crashed. I hit one of the advertisement like things, and it's like a board, a thin board with the logo on it, and I hit it, and it flew straight up in the air. And why I hit it was that I kept the bike wide open.
So you became Wide Open Willy
I
from
became
that
Wide
moment.
Open Willy.
So that's when you have the bike like standing up like that on.
No. It's
What is wide open?
wide open's when
It's
the
a get
gas-
throttle.
Wide Open is when you've got it full throttle.
Ah.
Some guys, the Aussies, refer to it as twisting it south.
Oh, I understand.
So I've heard Chris Holder say that a
so
few
wide
times.
open. That's all right.
So Wide Open Willy.
Yep.
Everyone earns their nickname in one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Wilbur Hancock. He's just recently turned 13 years old. He's a teenager.
Really, it was really not that long ago, huh?
No, a week ago now.
A week?
Maybe. A week or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a week, or does it feel like you've been 13 for like ever?
Doesn't feel like I'm 13 at all. Still feels like I'm Wilbur.
Right. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Wide Open Willy.
Wide Open Willy.
That's all right. So you're a unique individual for numerous reasons. First of all, you are an American. You are a Swede. You are an Ameriswede. You're a Swedekin. You're a
Swedekin.
I'm everything.
You're a little everything. You talk fluent English, fluent Swedish. Probably the best Swinglish speaker we know. So
I am pretty good at my Swinglish.
your Swinglish is better than most.
I am very bro.
You are very bro. That you are. So we are excited. I think a lot of people would like to hear from you. They've only heard a little bit from you. They follow you on your YouTube channels and your Instagram, which are what is your Instagram?
Oh, Will_Han_117.
Wilhan 117.
Will_Han117.
Mm-hmm.
And you're quite active on social media, right?
I'm quite active. I try to be at least. I sometimes take a break from YouTube if it just becomes like sometimes you always want to keep the interest in doing it, so it's not an everyday thing. So you won't, like I said, you want to keep the interest, so you do one maybe every week or so like that.
So it's not like Jake Paul where it's every day, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
How did you learn to edit all those videos?
I don't really remember how I learned how to edit. It was just something that came kind of natural, I guess, or something like that.
You're just interested, or you wanted to do it?
I was really interested and I wanted to do it. I always knew how to do it on the phone on iMovie, and I actually edited. I was gonna do a video, and I had this plan. I was gonna make a YouTube channel. I was gonna make this. Back then they were called webisodes, not vlogs. They were webisodes, and I was gonna make a webisode and edit it on my phone and publish it, and it was gonna be pretty cool. And that's how it was gonna start. but I just never really uploaded it or anything. So I think this August will be my second year having this YouTube channel. I've already 480 something subscribers, and it's going good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You started editing on your phone, and you were doing it on your iPad.
Uh-huh.
And you bugged us forever.
For a computer.
Well,
for the iPad.
Well, yeah, that too. But your program that you wanted, that you asked for.
Which
Final
one?
Cut.
I've been bugging for a
Final
lot of things, you know?
Final Cut Pro is what he wanted really bad.
Yeah.
And me, being the super tech savvy dude that I am, super tech savvy, decided that I was going to get him Final Cut Pro so he could have it for his iPad.
Oh, for his iPad.
Exactly. Good
So I
job,
bought
techie
him-
dad.
We bought him Final Cut Pro, and then when gave it to him to download it on his iPad, you realize you can't have
That
it.
doesn't work, no?
I'm pretty good.
No, I remember they gave it to me like in an envelope, and I was like, oh my god, this means I'm gonna get a computer, and I was like, so where's my computer? I said, and they're like, you can download on an iPad. I was like, no.
Shit.
Woohoo, Dad!
Yeah, good dad.
Good thing you can, you like to ride speedway for a living.
No.
So you needed a computer. That's how you got your computer.
Exactly.
In the end, yeah. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'm a really clever guy.
Good job.
But now you got both the computer and Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, I'm so happy for it. Last summer, I decided it's enough. I'm going to save my money. I'm going to get my computer. It's going to be all good. And I did pretty decent, I think. I'm not that kind of a saver like that.
You're pretty quick to spend what
Yeah.
you have.
Really. You get money out, either candy, go into town, get something, whatever.
Burns a hole in your pocket.
Burns, yeah. But this past Christmas, or this past year, I was just wishing and hoping, and I finally said, like, I got up to a certain point, and I wanted the MacBook Pro, and we were looking at, like, old used ones to buy, but we just weren't sure how it was gonna turn out, and then for Christmas, I finally got one, and it was one of the best days of my life. I think I'll never forget it. It was so fun, especially on taking the plastic off of the unboxing a new. It's so fun to do it.
Yeah, I
It's
know what
so
you feel.
fun.
Apple is so clever
So
like that.
fun.
It's the experience.
Just
Yeah.
experience, especially unboxing computers, iPhones, anything from Apple. It's perfect.
It smells good.
And yeah, the new
then-
box. I
but
kept the
it's-
box.
But it's the feeling of once it's all unwrapped and all that stuff's there, then you're like, oh, it's old now.
Yeah.
Oh no, it works exactly as the old one.
It's nothing
It's just a
different.
new thing.
This is
I just want
the
to open it again.
Yeah.
I put it back. I put the wrapping back on and just do it again for the fun.
That's true.
Yeah, so it was a great day.
It was, and you, the kind of person you are, you just sit down with the program and you start playing with it, and that's how you learn to do your
Mhm.
editing. And you mess around and you Google stuff and you watch what people do, and that's something that me being on the backside watching and seeing what he does, he spends hours learning and figuring it out. And quite often now I do things and he comes up and goes, yeah, just do it like this, kind of like you do to me too, like, yeah, here's something you can do to make it faster or make it better. And he'll come in and Dad, check this out. Dad, check this out.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. So
I think that's what you need. If you have that, I don't know how to say it in English, the drive or the mental state that you're going to fix something, then you do it. I mean,
I'm gonna
you
do it.
can't- Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I figured it out. And now when you have these Googles
Mhm.
and you can call friends or whatever, you can fix it. You can do it yourself.
It's true.
You're like Bob the Builder.
I am Bob the Builder.
I can fix it. Can you fix it? Yes,
I can.
Wilbur, we used to sing that to you when you were little.
Yeah.
Wilbur the Builder.
Are you did?
Yeah. So hey, can you fix it? Yes, I
don't.
can. No, I don't want to embarrass him now.
Nah.
Yeah, but
But
you build stuff too, like fix things.
I sometimes, I guess.
He's like his mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
All right.
he knows that if he leaves it to me, he might be waiting a really long time. So I might as well just do it. So my wife is very impatient like that. So when she wants to do something around the house, and she'll ask me once,
Yeah.
and usually by the second time she's already done it. If she hasn't just done it anyway, because she knows it's a waste of time to ask me.
I remember when we were in California this year, she got home one day when she picked us up from school or whatever. Comes home, she looks at the door. I don't like that paint anymore. Yeah.
And you were like,
And by the end of the day, at probably 9 o'clock or something like that, the door's off. There's no more paint on it.
Yep. I've witnessed her numerous nights. 10:30 p.m. We just drank our green tea before bed, and suddenly she's took out the paint and the paintbrush and started painting the living room.
oh,
And I'm like, no. And then you feel really lazy.
yeah. Because you want to go to bed.
Yeah, I want to go to bed. And then she's like, no, just go to bed. I'll do it. And you're going like, oh,
No.
man,
Okay, let's paint.
guess we're going to paint. And often she's like, no, go to bed. Go to bed. I got this. You wake up in the morning, you get a new paint in the living room. It's so rad.
And the thing
I
is,
love my wife.
you never thought about that it was painted from the beginning.
No.
No,
It was
you
just,
never thought about
That's
it.
the place you watch TV. I don't care what it's around.
That happens all the time. We come home and I'm like, she's like, I can't believe you didn't even notice the difference in the living room. I'm like, what? You didn't notice anything in the living room? And then you're like, oh, crap.
Is it the flowers?
I better...
You got a new flower?
No, my excuse usually is like, babe, you change things so often. It's so hard to keep up with it. And I love everything you do.
But you shouldn't have said that in the
Is that a new,
podcast. You
is
never
that a
know
new
if she
shirt
listens
you got
to
on? Is that a new blouse? No, I've had this forever. And then I'm thinking, she could totally be fooling me right now. That's probably a new one. And she's told me she's had it for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
And we're going away from Wilbur right now. But even yesterday, we went to the races in Molilla. Before we left, she found this really cool patio set that she wanted to get that was like 50% off. She's the queen, I should say, not the king, queen of finding deals. And she's like, can we just run and get it right now? And I'm like, no, the van's loaded up. We can't unload everything. Oh, man, okay, I'll wait till tomorrow. So we get home, and we were laughing. I'm like, said to Oscar when we left, there'll be a new umbrella or something on the patio when we get home tomorrow. Watch for tonight. And he's like, really? And we got home, I'm like, no umbrella. But I woke up this morning, opened the blinds on our bedroom, and there was the new patio set outside. She found a way. And she built it up, and it was done, and she just didn't say a word about it. Yeah.
It was done.
Did he say anything?
Didn't say a word. Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Super
really awesome.
So back to Wilbur,
Yeah.
our legend.
Mm-hmm.
You were brought into this world in Sweden. All three of my kids have been born in Sweden.
Oh, they've been born in Sweden.
All three of them.
It's just a thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Huddinge. All of them
Mhm.
from Huddinge Hospital there.
Really, all of them.
All three of them.
Really?
Same hospital. Yeah, because there were some issues with the blood. Mama having the Rh negative blood group and me having the positive, and some things there that you guys were special cases. You're so special.
Special.
They got the same room.
Yeah. We were just a few doors down here and there, but it was like we felt by the time Carl came, our third son, it was like we felt like locals in there. You know, he walked, hey, what's up? You know, hey, we're back. We're just gonna have another kid here.
I'm taking a sandwich.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Don't worry, I know where to go. I know where the place is out over there. Yeah. Carl was a little more special because he ended up with some the cross bloods between Jenny and I, and Jenny's body develops the antibodies, and not to bore you guys with all this stuff, but you had to be in this hospital was the closest one to us that had these special treatment rooms and stuff, so he could have blood transfusions and things like that. Wilbur was close to that same thing, but he managed it on his own, like he always does.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm so good.
You're so good.
I'm a legend.
But
I'm a legend.
you're riding speedway too.
Yes, I am.
When did you start?
First time. Oh wait, what do you mean by that? Like ridden motorcycle or speedway or
Speedway bike.
speeder bike? 6 or 7 years old when we were in San Bernardino, California. The amazing IMS Speedway, Pirate Speedway, and it was the Gumball Rally, and Billy Hamill for the first time put me on a speeder bike, bumped me off, and I did my first lap, and taught me how to pull in the clutch and pull this kill switch. And
Pretty cool system,
Yeah.
huh? They had that academy that they were doing back there was
Billy Hamel Speed
was
Academy.
epic. Yeah, it was really good.
And I probably the first time I like sat on it and bumped me off. It was the most amazing feeling. It was so fun.
I remember them telling me, and Joker Jeff and Billy, they would do this together, and Jeff, this guy, he would stand in the middle of the first corner, and Billy would kind of give the guys the okay to go, and they had Jeff standing literally in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
And in case the kids came around and got out of control and couldn't do anything, so he would stand basically in the middle of the track to be like a clothesline. So if the kids were out of control, he'd just stick his arm out and like take them out here to take them off the bike, so they wouldn't go smack into the fence. So he'd kind of basically tackle them off the bike, and he'd say, "I just basically clothesline them." So they're just like, what? He's like, dude, sometimes you got to do it. People freeze the controls, and it's better to clothesline them and then let them go sail them through the fence. Like,
I can see that.
right, got it. So then I became the second clothesline coming out of the corner just in case. But I don't know if how many times they needed to do it. They educated you guys pretty good, and to the day, Wilbur still has all his, puts things in place. He comes in, and he pulls the clutch in, pulls the kill switch, shuts everything off, and they teach him right. So anyway,
Yeah.
I was 6 or 7 years old the first time you rode a speeder bike.
Yeah. Amazing, and I fell in love with it, and I still am in love with it, and I hope I am. I hope it will be for the rest of my life.
All right.
Yeah.
Here I am trying to push you into doing more editing and mix with Stefan here to teach you something different than going around in circles playing in the dirt all your life.
Nothing wrong with getting dirty.
No, that's right.
That's true.
So Mama is Swedish,
Mm-hmm.
has been speaking basically 90% Swedish to them from day one. Me being the American English speaker, I've talked only English to them from day one. So they've grown up with 2 languages in the house, which I wouldn't have known anything about until
They come.
they came. It's pretty amazing. Wilbur's been like he has a knack for languages, I think, and he can flip the Swedish and the English. Has been really, really easy for him. Some have to work harder than others.
Yeah, but I can see that too, because it's easy to sit and talk like English, and then you just suddenly have these Swedish words, and we just flips to Swedish. It's like, no problem at all. That's really cool.
It's really cool, and I've been in situations where we're talking in a group of people, and then a Swedish guy walks up, and it's just in the background, and Wilbur automatically turns around to say something to him in Swedish, and then jumps right back into the conversation, so he can hear what's going on next to him, and still carry on the conversation, and then answer them in Swedish, and come right back to your conversation again. I mean, for me, it's amazing. He's exceptional in that way. I'm really, really impressed and proud.
Yeah.
That he can do that. So,
do you even think about it?
No, I don't have to think about it. It's like you said, someone walks behind with me and someone asks me a question. Yeah, you speak in Swedish, and then you flip back to English, and it's just like, it's just way of life now. You don't have to think like, oh, well, what is it? What do you have to say? What do you have? It's nothing like that. It's all just carries on, goes with the flow, super easy.
Is it easy, even in school, when you're studying Swedish or English with the grammatics and everything, or is it just a talk that is easy to do?
Everything's easy when it comes to languages. I can understand pretty much everything in school. Just, the other class, if you come back from USA, come back from Sweden, they're already in the middle of something, and you have to catch up a little bit. But I'm pretty used to it now. But I think it's good.
you can hear, like, when we've been in California for, we're there for, that's where we live over there, and then we come here for the racing season here in Sweden for our base, and you can hear that when we've been over there for so many months out of the year, all winter you've been gone for 5 or 6 months, and you come back to Europe, and it can be a little bit in the beginning just kind of missing, and maybe he'll blend the words a little bit, and you might hear one of those, and then it comes, and within 1 or 2 days of being back into the groove, It's just flows. It's so impressive.
It's amazing. But how is it when you, because you go to school in Sweden, in the beginning of the term, like in August to November, December, something.
Yeah.
And then you go in California until from
Usually
January
April,
to
May.
April, May, something like that. So
Normally we get out of here like October, end of October. So he starts school in California on our regular year. You know, things change depending on the schedules, but the regular year he goes back to school in California in November.
So there are more month in California, school months.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty much, because then you do November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You guys usually come back in May.
Yeah.
This is like 2 months in the fall and one in the spring.
Almost,
summer.
yeah.
Exactly.
In
So
Sweden.
we do about three school months here.
How does that work? What does the teacher says to you when you're starting and then you just go away and then you come back? And it's probably different timings on what you're reading in school.
Here, they're a little bit behind in a way, but I like the system here. In my own opinion, I like the system here a lot better than the American system. They let us be kids, I guess, a little bit longer. Let us go out more. It makes everything a little bit easier. No homework here until 7th grade, where you might need to get some little more homework and stuff like that. But I like the system here better because they're a little bit behind, and even if you don't know it's not a rush to know it right away. They'll teach you in a while, and by the end of the year you've mastered it.
You're gonna get there.
You're gonna get there. It's like it's not there. It's like you have 1 week to finish it, or like you have 1 week to master it. Here it's like you can wait. You can go till the end of the year, and then by the end of the year you probably have mastered because you've worked with it, practiced, and all of that. So
It seems our U.S. system is pretty aggressive from a very early age. It used to be just kindergarten, and then kindergarten was to prepare you for 1st grade. But now kindergarten, the level for kindergarten with the reading and the writing that you have to be at to get to 1st grade so that you're fully ready in 1st grade. So now they've even have pre-kindergarten in the U.S., which is, you've been watching that come in over the years, so they call it pre-K. So now you have to be prepared for kindergarten. So kindergarten normally starts around 5 years old, so now 4 years old, they're already working with your writing skills, even a slight bit of reading and knowing how to spell your name before you get to kindergarten. So you can see that, you know, maybe in the Asian countries and other stuff like that, they're pretty aggressive too. But these guys are working hard from 5 years old, and then 6 years old 1st grade, and then 7 years old and 8 years old. And they're like, I mean, coming home with 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half worth of homework after they've been in school from basically 8:15 to 2:50 in the day, and then come home with 30 minutes to an hour's worth of homework. It's
At 5 years old.
maybe 5 years old, not too much, but when you get into 1st grade, you're already coming home with homework. Not every single day, but quite a few days of the week. And where Wilbur's at now, he has homework virtually every single day.
Yeah.
In school over there, he comes home. And we actually ended up changing his class because he was having 2 hours plus homework with the teacher that he went back with this year, which sadly we had to make sure that he changed it because it was affecting him as a person, and where he did not want to get up and go to school. And that's not him. He loves school. He loves learning. He's clever. He's got all of the ingredients, but the way the way the system was there, it wasn't a match for him. And he's good. He's a good learner, and he coming from Sweden, maybe it can take him a little bit of time to come back into the system and how they work and the program, but he picks it up fast. But as soon as we swapped the teachers, we were able to do that. Fortunately, the principal was very helpful, and as soon as he changed, it was just like somebody completely turned everything around, and he woke up in the morning, was dressed, ready to go, went to school, came home happy, like it's amazing what a teacher can do for the kids.
Yeah, it depends on the teacher.
It really does.
Yeah.
And here in Sweden, I'm speaking for Wilbur now, but I think we're ahead in the U.S. up until they're about his age. So we're aggressive in the learning system. We're here, they pretty much just let the kids be kids. They teach them how to work in groups at an early age. You know this because you got your kids too.
Yeah.
But this is how you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And to see how they do it here, these guys, when they come back to Sweden, it's just like vacation almost, because they've already learned a lot of the stuff that they're ahead than what they are here. Although it's a different language, many things they're ahead. Then there's history and things they have to learn, and the Swedish culture and the Swedish writing and all that stuff. But they don't come home with homework. They get up in the morning and are so excited to go. They love what they're doing. They're never, ever once complain about anything.
That's really cool.
It's pretty nice. When we come back here, they're just, Bill, he just came back over a week ago, and he flew in, got up the next morning, and went to school. Because he was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, jet lagged as all can be, and said, I want to go to school. I'm going to school today. We're like, no, buddy, take the day off. No, I'm going to school. I'll be fine. I don't have jet lag.
So crazy.
So,
that's cool.
And he did it. So
I was like, Bill, you're a machine.
and he just got right into it. And Carl, little Kalle, the second day he was here, he started school. I think it was second.
Yeah, second day. I think it was.
So, something like that. So he went.
How is it with friends then? I mean, is it easy to? Do you lost connection while you're in California to your Swedish friends, or are they just like when you're home? It's like, hey again, just go with the flow.
For me, it's thank God for Snapchat. Plug. It's really thank God for Snapchat because everybody here has it, and I use it to keep in contact with my friends, and all you need is Wi-Fi, and you can send a funny picture to them, send a chat to them, send a video, anything. All you need is Wi-Fi. You don't need a phone number, anything. It's a good thing about it, but same thing you can do on Instagram, of course, but everybody just uses Snapchat, and it's funny because you can do filters and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I kind of keep in contact with pretty much all my friends over here.
When he came back into school now, I just heard this story from Bill. I didn't hear it from him, but I guess Wilbur just sort of, his first day of school, he just kind of walked into the classroom like unnoticed, walked up behind his group, was like, hey, so what are we doing today, guys? And they're like, oh, hey, Wilbur, what's up? Like he never left. It's just like, hey, what's on your back? Hey, what's up? Not a big,
Wait, was it for Bill class or my class?
Bill told me that's what you did. He said you just walked back in. So I don't know.
That's sort of what I did. They were watching a movie or something, and I walked in the class, and I sat on the table. I had my hood on, like nobody noticed me. And I just sat down in the class like this, and I probably sat there for about 10 minutes. No joke, without nobody noticing me.
No.
And then I took my hood off, and I was like, so what exactly are we doing today? Like, just totally calm and whatever, and they're just like, oh, hi. Yeah, but it was super fun.
Did the teacher know about it, or did you just?
Yeah, no, we send it. Usually, whenever we come back here, we send an email to them and tell them that we're back. So they knew I was gonna come that day, but they didn't know when.
No.
And that's why I kind of usually make it a surprise. So last year, I remember I had a pizza box in my hand, and I walked in and I knocked on the door and I said, "Pizza!" And I came with an empty pizza box in my hand, so it was funny.
And that was your first day back to school.
Yeah.
So the other cool thing about you just turned 13, but you also just made your first ever solo trip on an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
His first trip on his own, by himself.
It wasn't like a short one, like a 40-minute ride. It was 10 hours.
Yeah, he went for a 10 hour.
I went for a 10 hour.
Screw one of those short ones, dude. I'm going big. I go large. This is I'm wide open Willy.
Go big or go home, dude.
That's right. Wide open.
How was it?
It was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Of course, my mom, being the best mom ever, she got a gate pass to take me up to the airport and sat till I was literally in the air. wheels up and everything. So she's amazing that way. And like we were sitting by the gate and they let me go on first because I'm being a kid and getting everything on, and sat down in my seat, and it was amazing because I had two people sitting next to me. One was a French Russian or something, a Russian French, and then there was a Swedish guy, Torbjörn was his name, super super cool guy, and they were both really nice. And they told me like, yeah, we brought like literally a picnic. Oh. So they had literally came on with one bag, literally had all food, and it was a lot crazier than Mom usually has, because Mom has a big bag full with food on the planes, and they were just super nice with it. So yeah, it helps a lot.
That's cool. And your mom is awesome, because she's like, somebody told us that there's a possibility that you can get a gate pass, so you can walk through and go airside right up to the gate to let the kid go. And I'm pretty sure, if I know Jenny the way I know her, she walked up to the desk and said, yeah, I came to get the gate pass to go in there with my kid. Not, can I get a gate pass? I came to get the gate pass. So basically it was, I'm going to have the gate pass, right? So just hand it over now. She's so good at that. Like,
and it just works.
Yeah. It came probably 4 hours to the flight left, and then it got delayed 2 hours. So we were in the airport for about 6 hours.
So you guys got to hang. We got a
Starbucks, got some food, chilled out. I bought a really comfy neck.
Oh. Yeah, your neck pillow.
The neck pillow. I call it the Knocker Outer like 3000. Because I literally put it on, and I was out in the next 5 minutes. And I slept for 4 hours on the flight. That's probably my record. I'm super bad at sleeping on flights.
You're usually pretty good. It's your brothers that are a little more fun, yeah. They seem to be a little more active. You can shut down. But anyway, you did it. You did the solo trip on your own.
And when I landed, it was the best feeling in the world. It felt like I had overcome Trump and I was the president of the whole world. It felt so good.
So, and I was away racing in Poland, so...
you were in New York.
Yeah, Poland and New York. Yes, we did that too. Yeah, on our maiden voyage there with Lot.
Yeah.
But your grandparents, more far, Jenny's mom and dad.
Came pick me up.
You know, they, in fine form. Got it made on both sides. The grandparents pretty much, they got us covered. Whether it's here or it's there. So they picked you up and they were pretty excited. They had food and fika ready for you. And
they had?
Yeah.
Homemade?
Homemade. Lasagna. Lasagna. What was it? A cake.
Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls.
She knows you like your cinnamon rolls.
I love cinnamon rolls.
She had all Wilbur's favorites there. They were ready.
Oh, that's good.
So I think they were probably as excited as he was.
Was it hard to find your luggage and stuff?
No, I thought like right away. I was like, please just don't lose my luggage, Wilbur. Like, please, just nobody. And then we got up and I got to the baggage claim area and my bags were the last ones out. I was like, okay, started on my thumbs, like, come on. My phone was about to die. I had probably 20% or something left, and I was like, okay, please. And then literally the last two coming out were my bags. And I was, yes, thank you.
Last but not least.
And it was great.
That's cool.
Awesome.
So Wilbur came back early because he wanted to kick off his racing season with his new team from Rospigana. So he's racing with the Pigana crew. Yeah. And you've had your first couple of races, and it's been pretty good, right? You're really happy with the group. Talk about Snapchat and friends. I think he's been in contact with this crew from Rospigana since he left here last year to go back home to California, and they've been in touch and planning all the things they're going to do. And it's a really good group of kids. You know, most of them are pretty young and inexperienced and just growing together and riding really, really well. So it's you flew back here on your own just to be a part of the team.
That's cool. That's really cool. How has it gone? gone the first races?
My first race back, last year we were figuring out still what we were doing. We still have no clue about these little bikes. They're sensitive in a lot of ways, and last year we started off with a 125, not knowing that it was not going to be powerful enough to the 2 strokes. But then, we were having carburetor issues and air filter issues, and never really got it right. But coming into this year, we all got it figured out, and it was super cool. Because I came into my first race and scored 6 points, which was probably my best that I did last year.
Yeah.
So I was really shocked, but really happy at the same time.
Fortunately, you had to borrow a bike here.
Had to borrow a bike, yeah.
The engine's getting redone at the moment, so.
Yeah.
Good teammates from Marianne and Daniel
Daniel.
George. So they loaned him a bike for his first 2 races. And now we've got his bike going again, so he's back
Happy.
in it. Yeah, for sure. Like always, time is an essence.
Yeah.
For me, I don't have enough time to spend being there all the time, and I'm trying to make it all fall into place. But we've got good guys, and now we've got our young American guy Luke Becker in town. So he's been
Lucky Luke.
Lucky Luke. We call him our Manny.
Manny. He is
Manny.
our Manny.
He hated it in the
hates
beginning,
it.
but he's learning to like it because he has no choice. So he's our male Manny. He's our Manny.
He was
Manny.
waiting for somebody to introduce him as the Manny last podcast, and now we finally got it out.
Yeah, that's right. And we're giving him a really hard time because he takes it well and he gives it back. So we're calling him all kinds of stuff. People say I look like a little Italian or an Indian or Mexican or whatever. So now we told him that he looks a little Mexican too, and he's like, "No, I'm not Mexican. We have some El Salvadorian, heritage. My mom's from there." So we're like, "No, you look more Mexican." And he's like, "No, I'm not Mexican though."
He's
"Yeah,
not
you
the
look
little
Mexican."
missile. He's the little Mexican.
Yeah, so his title is Little Missile. That's what they call him. His nickname, Little Missile,
Mm-hmm.
because he's a little short dude. So
Ah.
we're gonna change it to Little Mexican.
Little Mexican. Manny.
Manny.
Luke.
Little Manny.
So we walk around singing the Cheech and Chong song, which you can Google if you want. Mexican American, don't know what I'm doing. So,
But he's been driving you to the.
He took me last weekend, and he was really cool about that because he helped me with everything. Came in after heat. My first heat we were having a little bit of bike troubles. It was a little bit like low on the low rev. So he was like, "What can I do?" And I was like, "Well, let's go up one tooth and move the wheel a little bit forward." And he's like, "Okay," and we did it, and it worked perfect. And he was always good with it, and yeah, it was good.
yeah, for sure. He's awesome, and it's been a big help to us because I've been traveling quite a bit myself, and you see it when we're trying to keep all the podcasts going.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, man. We're trying to juggle, so we're making a few moves in the future here that'll be better for us all. But anyway, Wilbur, what's your goal in life?
To become world champion. I think it is.
World champion vlogger?
Oh no, speedway.
Oh, speed.
Oh,
Okay, I
oh.
have no idea.
Oh really?
What year will that be?
What?
Your first
What year?
world champion title.
Can never say year. It might be even my last year racing. You never know. I hope as
doesn't
soon
matter.
as possible.
He's saying you're gonna win it and you're gonna retire on the podium and do like Bruce Penhall did. So I'm going to Hollywood
Dude, yeah, that'd be cool.
every day, bro.
Every day, bro.
Well,
So if you're a world champion at 19 years old, then you just retire.
No, that's not what's gonna happen. Like I meant like my later 40s or whatever it is, and
whoa, it's a
Whoa.
long career, dude. Later 40s.
Yeah.
Who would
You
do
know anybody can do that.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Jeez.
Jesus, who manages to do that?
Who would pull something like that off? Must be a screwed up individual. I wouldn't go that far if I were you.
You get gray hairs
You
on the
get
side.
super gray. Yeah. You get fragile. You gotta you gotta really be careful and hold onto the handrail when you go down the stairs and stuff.
You need to take off your socks even. Like you can't slip downstairs.
Exactly, and let alone, can you imagine? You see how the state of speedway is today. Can you imagine what it would be like in that time?
Dude, we're running electric bikes.
Yeah.
Dude, you probably won't even have those. It'll be like hyper. Elon Musk will be building speedway bikes for you.
Dang. He'd be my engine tuner.
Cousin Brad.
Elon Musk's gonna be my new engine tuner.
That's right. He'll probably be long gone by then.
Sure.
Never know.
I
He'll be in space with,
Starman.
Starman, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt Brad Papalardo would be it. I mean, he can be.
Brad Papalardo, he's our family genius. He's our space boy.
Brad Papalardo.
Papalardo. Can you say that? Papalardo?
Papalardo.
Yeah. There you go.
Brad Papalardo. Lardo.
We just call him Lerdo.
Oh, that was easier.
Papalardo.
We call him a lot of things, but anyway, Wilbur, you've been waiting to come on the show for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of surprised you today.
Yeah, he did. I asked you who's gonna be on the guest this week, and he said, "Oh, just me and Stefan." Okay.
And you're here doing your work experience program with Stefan at Westart. It is Westart Communications, Norrtälje, Sweden.
Yeah.
The metropole of Roslagen.
Yeah.
Westart right here, right?
It's världsklass.
Världsklass.
It's
Yeah, it's
världsklass.
world class.
At the moment, everything's about world class.
Uh-huh.
In Swedish, you say världsklass, right?
Världsklass, yeah.
Världsklass.
That's got more like significant meaning. Världsklass.
Världsklass.
World class.
World
Världsklass.
World. Maybe it's the same thing, but I don't know. We just say världsklass. Världsklass.
Världsklass.
When it's something that's
You're
really
Swedish
good
and it's
or
hard to
really
say
cool.
it.
I sound Swedish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's my accent all the way. Even
All the way through.
even in the English.
So that'll världsklass
Världsklass.
and Roslagen.
In Rose, yeah. That's something. Are you coming somewhere, or are we just going to let it hang? See what happens.
To be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued.
We'll leave
Thank
it.
you, Wilbur.
Thank you.
Thanks for good day, buddy.
Amazing.
Have a great day out there, people.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Like us, share us, and comment, even if we are a bit slow to answer sometimes. But
No, we're not.
we're reading them. We're reading them, and yeah, we want to get more followers and more listeners. So please share us.
Share us a lot. There's some more fun things coming in the future here. It's growing rather quickly.
Yeah, it does.
It's quicker than we thought, and we're really happy about it. Thanks to all of you. So
I'm really
the @Real45 podcast on Instagram, Facebook,
yeah.
and of course you can find us on iTunes, Podbean,
Acast.
Acast, and Wilbur.
Oh yeah, I just gotta say that I'm really looking forward to podcast number 45.
Yeah,
That should be a really special one.
It should be. We're not too far away from that one.
it would
No,
be.
32, right?
We're on 32 now,
32.
so we're getting close.
Thanks for having me.
See you next week.
You got it. Peace out, everybody. Grin and
Bye.
win.
Welcome to Real 45 with Stefan and Greg Hancock. We vibe out and have real talk, so tune in and check this out. Yeah, today is a new day. Let's seize it now and get hype. We talking about our careers, our family, and just life. Yeah, share my story with you. Inspiration like every day. Real 45, we gon' keep it live. I keep episodes on replay. Ayy, Real 45. Yeah, Real 45. Show 'em how we do it, man. Yeah.